candidates for president. She's running for 2020, and I low-key have an issue with her because she has a lot of political ideologies that I agree with, but her past actions do not match up with her current ideologies. I just can't agree with her. She's too hypocritical in my opinion. She seems to only appeal to black people when it benefits her. So before she supported private prisons and she would benefit off that, she was a prosecutor in her previous terms. So she was a prosecutor, and so she would support private prison because she would get profits from it.
Yep.
So every time you send somebody to prison, she gets a little part of the paycheck. That's the whole point of the private prison. So I feel like because she supported that, and she knows it was typically, statistically, black people are the ones who are sent to prison, who are given harsher crime.
Yes.
So she knew, it's very well known.
Very
so
well
she
known.
would
And people can't
purposely,
ignore that.
she would purposely make sure to prosecute people to private prison that she's supported, so she can get a profit off of it. I feel like now that she's running for president, she wants to change that up and try to erase that part of her and make it seem like she's constantly for black people and everything. And that right now her current campaign ads she's doing is trying to appeal to black people, but I just can't get over her past issue, her past ideologies and what she supported.
I'm a Democrat myself. Okay, I will probably always be a Democrat, and I probably will stay a Democrat for as long as I live. Now, I'm not one for calling people hypocrites flat out. But I think Kamala Harris is a hypocrite. I think she's one of the perfect examples of in the Democrat Party that is a hypocrite. Mm-hmm. Her past is a perfect example. How she got her position of power is a big reason. Mm-hmm. Okay, there were sources, and there still are sources. It's on YouTube, it's on CNN, it's on Fox News, that she got her position of power through a certain way with a certain Mayor Willie, mm-hmm. I believe that's his name, and she got her power. She rose up and she kept doing it, and it was wrong. There's certain ways for people to get power, mm-hmm. for men and women, okay? And how are you gonna call yourself fighting for women's rights when you do something like that?
Yeah.
How can you call yourself doing something like that? That's hypocrisy. That is so hypocritical. And just so, that's such a judgy call.
Yeah,
That's
she
such a
even
judgy
fought
call.
for bills that were to be passed that would put parents at fault if the children were to commit truancy, which is skipping school. So it would make their parents be at fault, and they either if it continued too much, they'd either pay a fine or end up in not prison but go to jail for it. And I don't think that was I don't support that, because you can't always expect your child to go to school, and then that puts say the child skips schools because they're in an uncomfortable situation. Their parents can't get out of it, and they continue to skip school, and then their parent is reprimanded for that. When I think it shouldn't really be a governmental issue, it should be more of a local issue. Local laws do have laws against truancy and stuff like that, right. But I don't think it should never ever have been more of a federal issue.
I don't think so either. No. And one of the broadcasters, especially on Fox News, I watch both Fox News and CNN. I'm very mm-hmm. unbiased when it comes to my media, and MSNBC, I watch them too. But one of the shows that I watch occasionally, from time to time, is the Ingram Angle, Lauren Ingram. And I'll get to her later, I'll get to her at another time, mm-hmm. but Lauren Ingram has a point with one thing.
What is that?
I believe she's conning the U.S., the United States. I believe she's conning them. And I don't even think she'll win the Democratic side. I don't even think she'll win, and even if she gets that far, I don't even think she'll win the popular vote.
Oh no, I think if she ends up getting the Democratic vote, to become the Democratic nominee, then I don't think she'll win the presidential election. I don't think she doesn't appeal to too many people. Currently she's only trying to appeal to black people, but most people know about her past history, so they can't get on board with her. I think she's trying to appeal more and more to people by trying to advocate for certain laws. She's advocating for marijuana to be completely legal, which I think which is appealing to a majority of unfortunately
Majority
say,
of African Americans,
yeah, who smoke
majority of black
weed.
people.
Yeah, unfortunately that's like the majority. But
Unfortunately,
yeah,
yeah.
she's trying to appeal to them because she knows like most people do smoke weed and like they listen to Tupac and stuff like that. So in one of her interviews with Charlemagne, he asked her
Charlemagne the
like,
God.
yeah, he asked her, oh, did you smoke in high school? And she's like, yeah, I smoke a little bit here and there. And he's like, okay, what music did you listen to? Because most people listen to music when they
Yeah,
smoke.
yeah.
And she brought up Tupac and who else was it? It was Tupac.
Biggie Smalls.
No, it wasn't. It was Snoop Dogg.
Oh,
but
okay.
records show like they didn't have music yet when she was in college. Not even after
She's
she
just
graduated
making
law
up
school.
stuff. She's just making up something for the stereotype.
Just-
She's trying to
yeah.
improve the stereotype rather than change it.
Yeah.
What we need to do, especially for black people, we try to fight the stereotype.
Yes.
We try to fight the stereotype every single day of our lives. We go through adversity nonstop. And we try to change lives. We try to change our own lives, and we try to affect other people's lives. So for her to try to improve those stereotypes is a big slap in our face.
It
A
is.
huge slap in our face. And I think it needs to be changed. I think it needs to be stopped. And that's why I think she won't get that far.
Yeah.
And I agree with Lauren Ingram. I think she will. She's right now conning us. She's conning the United States. She's a hypocrite. And I feel like, you know, and as much as I like the fact that she's looking at certain things and she's trying to be relatable to, you know, the demographic, I agree with that. You should be relatable to them, but you should also be real. You shouldn't be fake.
Yeah.
You should not do what you did in the past. If you're trying to say, oh, let's do this. Let's get women on higher. Let's get more women on Congress.
Yeah.
Let's get more women in positions of power, and let's do it the right way. When you did what you did back in the day.
Yeah.
Come on now, you can't do that. You can't do that.